is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be going over my December book haul. So the month of December, I tried my hardest not to buy too many things because of the holidays and everything like that. I wanted to buy other people things, but I still ended up with about 17 books. Yes, I did buy them all for myself. I did not actually receive any books as presents this year, but that's okay. I got what I wanted. We're going to be starting off with manga. So Barnes & Noble was having a buy two get one free manga sale, and so I ended up purchasing 6 manga books. They are actually still having that sale going on right now, so if you guys make your way over there, you might be able to do that. The first book that I picked up was I Hear the Sunspot by Yuki Fumino. This is a book that I saw the 3rd volume come into our store as a new book, I want to say at the very beginning of December, and I was very intrigued, but it was the 3rd book in the series, and so I obviously had to pick up volume 1. It follows our main character of Kohei, who has a hearing disability, and because of that, he is often misunderstood by others until he meets another character named Taichi. And it sounds like because Taichi sort of accepts him for who he is, he realizes his hearing problems are not his fault. They end up becoming friends, and I think maybe even more than that. I don't know for sure, but I do believe this is LGBTQ romance manga. I have some hit or miss LGBTQ boys love manga issues, and I know we've talked about one of those volumes earlier this year, but this has some pretty good reviews, and so I'm hoping that this one is just as cute as it seems like it's going to be. Then I picked up Horimiya Volume 12. This is by Hiro and Daisuke Hagiwara. This is a series that I have been reading for a while, and so I just picked up the next volume in the series. This is a series that follows 2 main characters, Hori and Miyamura, who are different in school than they are in real life. And one day they just sort of discover who their other type of personality is outside of school and become friends, and eventually a relationship develops. This is just a really, really cute shoujo manga story. Then I picked up volumes 1 through 4 of the case study of Vanitas. So we have volume 1 here, volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4. These ones are all done by Jun Mochizuki. This is a story that I have not started reading yet, but it seemed very intriguing. The art style is right up my alley, and it reminded me a lot of the 7 Princes of the Thousand-Year Labyrinth, just with the style and the sort of, not necessarily plot point, because I haven't read it yet, but it was just like the feeling of it for whatever reason, and so I had to pick these up. Apparently, this all revolves around a character named Noe who is trying to find the Book of Vanitas, which is a grimoire, and it ends up falling into his lap along with a vampire doctor, apparently. I don't know much more than that. I know the covers are gorgeous, the art is gorgeous, and I just had to pick them up. Then I also had to pick up Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the 1st volume of season 12, which is The Reckoning. Buffy is a series that I have absolutely loved. I'm actually currently rewatching the TV show as well. And I just absolutely love both the show and the books, and this one I didn't even realize season 12 was coming out until I saw it on our shelves. I believe it just came out on Tuesday, I want to say, because this is my most recent purchase, but I haven't even finished season 11 yet. I need to get on that, but I could not help but pick up season 12. I just absolutely love the continuation of the series. I do love the fact that they are continuing it, and I can't wait to pick it up. And then I also received in my Kickstarter for Bang Bang Boom by Melanie Shonen, and art was by Del Borovic. So this is an online comic, again, LGBTQ, male-male romance, however you want to describe it, and I helped do the Kickstarter a few months ago, and this came in this month. I have read this, and I actually enjoyed it so much more than I thought I was going to. I mean, I obviously thought I was going to enjoy it, which is why I did the Kickstarter funding for it, but I read the first, I want to say, chapter online, and I was intrigued, but it wasn't amazing, and then I want to say about halfway through the book, there was a twist that was just amazing, and so I am so glad I picked this up. I do believe this is volume 1. They are working on volume 2 online, and then they might do a Kickstarter for that as well. But this is a jazz-era romance novel with hints of magic, and I absolutely enjoyed this so much. It was amazing. Now we're gonna be jumping into the actual like books, novels that I picked up. It should not be of any surprise to anybody that I picked up the next 2 books in the new Artemis Fowl covers. I have talked about this for the last 2 months, and so I will be doing it for this month and then next month when the last 2 books come out. But I did pick up book 5, Artemis Fowl and the Lost Colony, and then book 6, Artemis Fowl and the Time Paradox. These covers are just absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my favorite series. It is a middle grade series, and I remember first reading it when I was 11. I reread them again, I want to say a few years ago, and I'm at the point where I need to reread them again, especially with these gorgeous covers. The movie is going to be coming out in 2019. I am just so excited that this is becoming reality because, again, this has been part of my life for 17 years, and I could not help but pick up the new covers because they are freaking gorgeous. And if you have not read this series yet, I really, really think you should. It is about Artemis Fowl, who is a boy genius who is not the nicest person, probably like an anti-hero, especially near the beginning of the series, and he wants to steal fairy gold. And each book gets more and more complex. The relationships that develop, the characterization that is developed, everything just is so much better in each subsequent book, and I just absolutely love it. Then I picked up The Disasters by M.K. England. This is a book that was one of my highly anticipated releases for this year and for December, and I am just super excited to read this. So this is a sci-fi story, which as soon as I hear sci-fi, especially like in space, teenagers, or however you do it, it just perks my interest immediately. But apparently this follows our main character of Nax, yes, Nax, who is a disaster. He ends up getting accepted to an elite academy and within 24 hours is kicked out. On his way back to Earth, the academy is attacked by terrorists, and so Nax and a couple other washouts are basically the only people left alive that sort of know exactly what happened, but they are also then being framed for the crime. It just sounds like a very high stakes, incredible space adventure, and I'm super excited to pick this up. Then I also picked up 29 Dates by Melissa De La Cruz. We should know by now on my channel if we have a book that features Asian protagonists or Asian love interests, I am more than likely going to pick it up, and that was the reason with this one. This one sounds more like a cutesy sort of story than some of the other things that I read. However, this does follow Jisoo, who has traditional South Korean parents, and they are concerned by the lack of interest in her future. Sounds like she's not really trying to keep up with her schoolwork or anything like that. And so what they decide to do is work with a premier matchmaker from Seoul to find her the perfect boyfriend for her to go on with her life. This sounds like a very K-drama-y type of story that I'm very, very interested in. It just sounds like a really cute, fun time. And then, of course, I also picked up Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, and I actually did go to her book signing. That was at the very beginning of December, and so I do have my book signed, which I am super excited about. This is a chunker of a book, and I really need to read it. I haven't done that yet. I am the worst at putting off the endings to series, but I had to get my hands on it, especially when she was coming to Arizona, and I got my book signed. I mean, hey. Then the rest of the books I have actually came in book boxes. The first one we have here is Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soria. This one came in the unplugged book box for this month. I will leave the link for that down below in case you are interested in this. But this one is about characters who live in a city that is ruled by prophecies. I believe our main character, her parents had done a prophecy that was like a bad prophecy and got shunned for it way back in the day or something like that. And then her and some other people that she ends up meeting up with are trying to figure out the prophecies. I really don't know what's going on with this synopsis, but it is very intriguing. The cover is very intriguing as well. and so I'm interested to see exactly what's going to happen. Then in the November Shelf Love crate that I opened, we have Blanca and Roja by Anna Marie McLemore. This is going to be a retelling of Snow White and Rose Red, so that sounds very intriguing as well. And then for my last 2 books of the month, I actually have 2 of the same book. We have the original cover edition that came in the Shelf Love crate for December, and then we have the Owl Crate exclusive edition that came in the Owl Crate. I did not actually film an Owl Crate video because I just didn't. I just opened it up instead. But we have 2 of the same book. These books, this book, I guess I should say, are all about magic and illusion. This follows our main character of Sylvie, who can create illusions, and as she was growing up, she was always told that that was a curse. However, she believes that she can do more, and she wants to go to the palace where the Empress lives. She was accepted there as part of a cruel wager, so I have no idea what else happens in this. I'm very intrigued to see exactly what kind of plot we're going to end up in with this story. Is there something else going on in the palace or not? But I now have 2 copies that are both absolutely gorgeous, and I'm excited to jump into this one as well. So those were all the books that I purchased in December. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Leave me a comment down below if you've read any of these books or if you're interested in any of them. I would love to hear from you guys. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up every Monday and Thursday, so I will see you then. Bye!